Hello! Today I'm going to be drawing you guys some amazing fan art for the channel. Unfortunately, Ethan couldn't be here today because he's working and he sucks. But of course, I'm going to be drawing a rat, kind of the best animal. So I start off with its torso and then I add its great long tail. Of course, all rats have eyeballs. They look like that. I'm actually using a real life reference in this one. Next, of course, we have to add the legs. I actually take the eraser tool and I clean up some of the lines, I'm actually really insistent on cleaning up those little small details in my artwork. I move it down a bit so I can add an extra ear, and then of course it has 4 limbs, not 2, so I go ahead and I add a hand. You can't see the other one, it's on the other side of his body, but it's there, I promise. Alright, and then next, let's see. Oh, I make a new layer, and I guess from here I decide, what am I doing? Oh, I'm adding color. Yep, so color is really important in these kinds of drawings. As you can see, actually, because it's a hairy animal, I'm doing the strokes in the way that the hair is flowing, so it looks like it's going in the right direction. You see that? I'm going like up and down. That's some pro art tips for you guys. So for a base color, I picked this like light brown, I'm kind of going for the sewer rat look, sort of cute little rat. And then for the tail, I picked the very cartoonish light pink. And then, like I said, I'm all about those little details, so I start adding the little lines in there, pretty good looking, gotta say so myself. I then mess up the lighting and I'm drawing on the wrong layer for his eyeball, but then I switch to the right one and I get it right, and I add a little white to his eye. If I work on this any longer, you might actually not be able to tell it's a drawing at all. Messing with my colors. Ooh, shading. Yep, gotta add the shadows to his big hands. Yep, this adds depth, just makes it look really, really good. Yep, so at this point, I'm actually beginning to think that my artistic abilities are quite dangerous. I mean, just look at that level of detail I have on his feet there. Look at how well I colored everything in. Anyway, I go and adjust his position because now I'm thinking about the background. What do I want in the background? And what I decide on ultimately is that I want him sitting in a nice little lawn chair. So I pick lawn chair green, my favorite color. Not actually. But you see, I turned him transparent so I could just focus on the chair, and I color it in real good behind him, make it look real comfy. I mess with my recording settings for a bit, I guess, I don't know. I add the frame, the legs, try and get it as realistic as I possibly can. I really take my time with this step. Alright, so next here we try and add some more detail into the lawn chair, sort of add a bit of an outline there. Let's see, we add some shading. Ooh, whoa, that looks good. Dang, that looks so good. Then I go ahead and I mess with the settings for 40 minutes. This is sped up really, really fast. I'm just a really slow drawer. Anyway, then I get the layer wrong anyway, and then like the wrinkles, I try and get the shading you see in the wrinkles of fabric sometimes. I kind of get that with the lawn chair. Anyway, then we go ahead and we get him and his chair set up for what's ultimately going to be the final background. So I think next what I do, let's see. Alright, we make a table here in the middle, a nice brown little table. So I was kind of imagining one of those old style antique tables while making this. I go ahead and it looks like I color that in. Wow, I get that really clean actually. Then I add a plate because I'm imagining he's at a restaurant. That's the setting I've decided on here for our rat. And of course I give him cheese because why wouldn't I? And once again, I come in with my talent for small details and I add the holes in the cheese. And then, obviously, I can't let the man be without a drink, so I get him a glass of water. So I go ahead and put some blue in there. Everyone knows water's blue. Oh, right, then I get him a straw because, you know, even though his nose kind of looks like a straw already, I figured it would just help him out. I add some little textures into the table down there. Really sell the idea that it's an old-fashioned table. Get some more shading there on the side. Let's see. Oh, this is looking good. Obviously, the table needs to be in front of him. So then I add another layer. What do I do with this one? Oh, that's right. I begin the floor. So the color I actually start off here with it's a bit too orange. It looks like he's in lava or something. It looks like that meme, like, this is fine. You guys know that meme? Yeah, you know. Anyway, I decide it needs to be a little browner. And then I add some more like floorboard texture to it, you know? You can kind of just take some lighter and darker lines and just kind of spread them across, and it makes it look a lot more wooden than, I mean, because wood has a lot of lines, you know? For a wall, for a background wall, I decided to go with purple. I actually color that one in because I'm cool like that. I don't know. Let's see. Kind of fill in some of the gaps I'm seeing in the color here. What else? Oh, right. Here I decide, after adding the purple, I noticed I didn't color in the rat actually so well. So I go ahead and I finish coloring him in a bit. Yeah, I pretty much completely fill him in. He's good now. What else? Let's see. Oh, of course. Then we need some mood lighting. Everyone loves mood lighting. This is a fancy restaurant. So I try and make the lamp look like one of those fancy kind that like rests down over the table, you know? So while I was making this, I was kind of imagining like a Western styled restaurant. So just for extra detail, I added a fly. But yeah, sort of the old-timey kind of looking, the furniture, the floor. The purple wall doesn't really match, but I wasn't thinking about that at the time. I had some little like highlights of the mood lighting on his face and on the little glass there, just to, you know, really sell the realism idea that I'm going for in this piece. Let's see, what next? Oh, right, I think Yep, I add some paintings because those walls they're a bit barren. So I go ahead and I make everything transparent again, and I add some background paintings. Try and make it look really nice and homey and all that. I pretty much decide that's all the room I'm gonna have for paintings. So for the first one, I go for a nice little mountain range there. I try and get yeah, I try and get that, you know, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going for here. Yep, looks good. That looks like mountains to me. I color in the sky. I like that green. Of course, you need a yellow sun, and just for a little detail, I add a little flag at the top of the mountain, make it look really nice. And then I added some snow. It looks really good. Oh, yep, then I add some little trees at the bottom. These are just all little tips you can take from today's video. And then for this one, I was actually inspired. I was going for the one Minecraft painting, you know, the one that's like 2 blocks tall, 1 block wide, and it's just that guy standing there in the like black suit. And so I put him here. He's hanging out. I give him a little smiley face and his legs. Obviously, he has to have his legs. I didn't really, the other paintings weren't so important, so I don't really know what I was going for in them. This one, I decided to paint another rat, kind of an Easter egg. You know, we're kind of a rat themed channel. Pretty cool. Don't really know. Oh, that tail actually looks pretty good. You know what? That actually looks pretty rat-like, I'm not gonna lie. This painting is like right behind the rat, so I don't really bother with this one. I just kind of get what's visible. I decided I don't want to go with a purple because the wall's purple, so I get some blue. You can pretend it's like a sunset or something, but you can't see it anyway, so I'm not going to bother painting it. I get this other one in the top left. It was too small, so I just put a smiley face in it. But I mean, these all look like some I'd put in my house, so I'd say they're pretty good. So all things considered, this piece is really starting to come together, but I feel like I'm just missing one little thing, and that's a waiter. This is really gonna set the scene. So obviously for a waiter, what better animal than an alligator, because it rhymes with waiter, you know what I'm saying? I give it a nice big eyeball so he can see. Yep, looks good. And you know, we have a good dress code policy here at this restaurant, so I give him a tuxedo, because heck yeah, who wouldn't want an alligator in a tuxedo as a waiter? I mean, that sounds awesome. So I color him in. He's looking pretty good. Once again, I'm a sucker for small details, so I get the like white collar of his shirt underneath, and then I'm like, it's just missing something, so I add a plate, because obviously he's a waiter, he needs to have a plate that he serves stuff on. So I give him a plate. This one I actually give a little bit of depth. I add some gray in there, and he's actually bringing him some Swiss cheese. You can see it's Swiss because it's a bit lighter color than the other one. I add more holes because of course all cheese needs holes. And let's see, do I even do anything else? Oh, of course, how could I forget? You need to sign your artwork. So there you go, there's my signature. My name's Gage, if you didn't know. Please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching my awesome fan art.